Alfred!
Josh,
My friend.
you still wearing that mask?
Still not trusting this atmosphere out here.
What atmosphere? This, what? Pandemic? Whatever this is?
Hell. But this is what you really want, right?
That's what I want, man.
Fresh loaf of bread.
I got a nice selection of video games that came in earlier this week. Well, I got Super Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt, Mega Man. Don't let the box art fool you.
What's
Legend
that?
of Kage.
Come on.
I'll be honest. I never played it.
Legend of Kage.
Mario Brothers.
Look at that label.
Oh, man.
Torn.
Because it's been outside for 3 days. What do you want from me, man? It's been outside for 3 days.
I want something that stands out completely. I need something that stands out.
Dude, these are the best games in the world. What do you want me to do? I have Mega Man here. I have Mega Man 2. These are great games. You got Jason right there. Freaking Mario Brothers.
You got a broken label. You got a VHS tape. You know,
This is a good anime. This is a good anime.
I don't need this. This is going somewhere else.
What? Hey. Whoa. Whoa. Hey, buddy boy. Here. The golden cartridge. Zelda. The very first Zelda game ever made.
Legend of Zelda. See? I knew you were hiding something. You always do that. I know you so well, Alfred. This is yours.
Thank you.
Very welcome.
Whoa. Hey. Where do you get your unexpired bread?
Mama's secret. Thanks for the game, Alfred. See you later.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna find out where you get that bread.
Legend of Zelda, finally in my hands. Now, I had to smack talk a bunch of games just to get this one, but it's finally here. Depending on whom you ask, The Legend of Zelda is regarded as one of the most influential games of all time. The top-down playstyle, the dungeons, and the inventory system were revolutionary. So revolutionary that some people still consider it to be the best game of all time. You see, back then we did not have 3-hour cutscenes to get us hyped for the game. We had manuals, but unfortunately for most games that you find today, you usually find games all alone without the manual. But we can still look online for a manual. A long time ago, the world was in an age of chaos. In the midst of this chaos, in a little kingdom in the land of Hyrule, a legend was being handed down from generation to generation. The legend, the Triforce. There are also these really cool illustrations in the manual, and these illustrations can help influence your imagination while you play. There's also maps that can help you get started with the game. And it's kind of funny, there's a lot of people that praise the game for just dropping you in the middle with no real hand-holding. But the manual actually gave you quite a bit of information, more than people probably remember. Well, that's enough of the introductions. Let's see how this game holds up today. Now that brings me back. As soon as you hear the title screen music, you know you're in for an adventure. And when I was a dumb kid, I always liked to pretend I was naming the guy. And it's kind of interesting to think back that in this first installment, you are actually naming the file when the character's name is always Link. In the future Zelda games, you would actually get to rename Link to whatever you wanted. Soon as the game starts, you know exactly where to go. It's pretty obvious. And that's where you get the sword. And then you get ready to kick some ass. Killing monsters and collecting rupees and taking names. Collecting rupees is really essential in this game, especially when you want to get all those items. And when you feel like you're ready, you go to the first dungeon, which is found by going across this bridge and down this scary looking tree thing. And it is here that the game becomes more of a puzzle. You kill monsters to collect keys, and you use keys to open locked doors. Sometimes you'll enter a room and the door will close behind you, and it won't open until you've killed all the enemies in the room. You come across a room with a single block, and you might wonder why it's even there. You give it a little tug, and you find that it opens a door. That's when you realize that there are some doors that can't simply be opened by unlocking it with a key. These rooms can lead to important items, or to an old man that just gives you hints. With each dungeon, there is a map that you can collect. Doing so will give you a little map screen in the corner of the game. This map system would go on to be incorporated in future games and can still be found in modern games today. There's also certain shapes that they represent. This one is the eagle. Then we solve a little puzzle, head down some stairs, and you've collected Link's iconic bow. Oh yeah, there's another type of item you can collect. It's called a compass. And when you get this item, there will be a red dot on your radar telling you where the Triforce of the dungeon is. And yes, you can also see this kind of game mechanic used in modern games. Kill a bunch of these boomerang guys and you'll get a really useful weapon, the boomerang. And when you get close to the boss, you'll hear this monster cry sound effect. That's when you know you're really close to a mystical monster that you'll have to fight to the death. And there he is, the Aquamantis, if that is pronounced correctly. And if you're at full health, he's pretty easy. Damn it. And there we go. Collect your heart piece and collect a Triforce, and we defeated the first level. Now, you would think, since what we're looking for is called the Triforce of Wisdom, that there would only be like 3 levels. But there's actually 8, and then there's Ganon's level. Makes a total of 9. Now, this is a long game, and there's a save feature within this game, which was crazy for the time it came out. But on many copies, you'll be lucky if the battery in the game still works. There are many guides on the internet on replacing these batteries, but I don't know, it says not to disassemble. And I'm just gonna have to beat it in one go. Thankfully, the manual tells you where the second dungeon is. Now we're on to level 2, and it's more of the same. You come across this enemy called Rope, and I forgot to mention this before, but aside from the map you find, there's also this brown map that tells you the rooms that you have visited before. I often use this map more so on the more difficult levels. And now look at this madness. You have all these boomerang people throwing stuff, and all these statues shooting fireballs. I always hated this part, but you get rewarded if you win with an upgrade to your boomerang. Often when I used to play this game, I would miss this item. And here's level 2's boss, Dodongo. Feed him some bombs, and there you go, he's done. And we get the Triforce. Level 3 is green, and it has these guys, the Dark Nuts. I always found them really annoying. They're always a chore to kill. And after beating up some more Dark Nuts, you go down some stairs and get the raft, which you will need later on. And this old man says something mystifying. Can you even get the sword power up before level 3? See, that's the thing about this game. You can do things in like many different orders. And it's kind of a free-for-all. Another interesting thing about this dungeon is the map of level 3. Famously noted by the angry video game nerd, it appears to look like a swastika at first glance, but it's actually a manji symbol. It even appears in the manual, and if you put the two symbols side by side, you can see that they're actually reverse images of each other. It's one of the two references to religion in this game that I know of, the other being the Christian cross on Link's shield. But let's get to the boss now. Now, what the hell is that? Oh, it's the manhandle. Well, don't let him manhandle you like he did to me. The hell with this. I'm getting that sword that the old man talked about. Now, let's go kick some ass. I didn't even use my sword. What the heck's the matter with me? Now, a very important part of The Legend of Zelda is the field. There are a ton of items in this place, and this is where you collect most of the rupees. There's this letter you can give to this old woman, and the old woman will then sell you medicine. There's extra heart pieces that you can find using your bombs. There's these little secrets that give you more rupees. There's shops where you can buy extra items, and you can even buy a bigger shield. And you have to buy your arrows for the bow. And then there's this guy who just takes your money. And there's some extra hints that you can get as well. To get to level 4, you'll need the raft that you got from level 3. And I always thought that these enemies were cool. If you hit them, they turn into these bats. Oh yeah, and this place gets dark, so you might have to go to the store and buy a torch. And now you can get past these little mazes. And here's another cool item. It's a ladder, and it lets you cross over small areas of water. And you come across a familiar face, the manhandler. Beat him and you get an old man hint. And don't do that in real life. And here's the boss. It's called a Glyoc. He is a little hard, but I just usually hit him until one of us dies. And keep trying if I die. Basically how I tackle everything in life. For level 5, you have to go up, up, and up. And you go to this old man and he tells you that Dig Dogger hates sound. Of course, he's referencing to the flute. Also in this level, there's a room that has 3 Dodongos. I used to actually take the time to defeat them when I first played this game. Little did I know, you don't actually have to do that. You can use these bombs to open up secret doors. And then you fight the blue Darknuts, who are really a chore. Then you go down some stairs and then go to a room where you have to fight more blue Darknuts. And by the time you start to realize that you die really quick. Now apparently there's a red ring and a blue ring. Now I've seen the red ring, it's in Ganon's dungeon. But I've never seen the blue ring till this day. So let's go on the internet and let's find out where it is. Apparently it's under this statue and it costs 255 rupees, which is the maximum amount of rupees you can hold. Thankfully, I'm a patient man, and I find collecting rupees in Zelda a little bit relaxing. I'm thankful for those secret areas that you can find that give you more rupees. And if you want to test your luck, there's those money-making games, but my luck is pretty horrible, so I think I'll pass. And finally, when you get enough rupees, you can get the blue ring. And now you're blue, and you can take more damage. Now that we're blue, those blue Darknuts shouldn't be so much of a hassle. So much blue around here. They still take forever to kill though. You push the stone, get the flute, and you're ready to take the boss to town. Play him your flute, and he becomes small. Then stab him, and that's that. You know, this game's a lot longer than I remember. We still got a number of levels to go. For level 6, you have to blow a flute around this body of water in order for it to show. Oh wait, this is level 7. Yeah, when you get this far in the game, you start doing things a little bit out of order. Level 7 is actually not so bad. Those blue Darknuts aren't here, and you get to fight easier enemies. The puzzle aspect of it can be a little tricky, but once you played it a few times, it all starts coming back. One thing you have to do is buy meat to give to this guy. And while I was going to get the meat, I actually found level 6, and it's just as annoying as I remembered. So let's go back to level 7, give the meat to the goblin, and watch out for those hands. If they get you, they take you back to the beginning of the level. And the boss here is another Aquamantis. He's not too hard. Now we're gonna go back to level 6. Thankfully, when I went there the first time, I got the compass. Always hated these wizard enemies. Wizrobe. More like, well, I'll let you make that childish joke yourself. The boss of this level is Goma. He opens his eye and you shoot him and there you go, that's it. Oh wait, I almost forgot to get the magic wand. Now I can shoot some spells. Level 8 is really annoying, but you're this far into the game, so it's something you gotta expect. You fight a lot of the bosses again, and this time they are harder. Glyoc is the boss of this level, and he's pretty hard if you don't have armor. And that just about does it for that level. Beating Zelda in one go. It's quite the endurance. We've made it to the last level, Ganon's. By far the hardest of them all, and rightfully so. Everything that annoyed you in the first 8 levels are turned up to the max with this one. Secret passages, dozens of forks in the road, and a myriad of annoying enemies. But there are also some of those fun new enemies like the Lanmola and the Patra. Huh, that's weird. I'm already at Ganon. I do not remember it being this easy to find him. This guy's been haunting my dreams for so many years. And to beat him, you gotta poke at him until he's brown, and then... Now I remember. You have to find the light arrow to kill Ganon. Annoyingly, unexpectedly, and uninvitingly, I have to go venture back through that hell and try not to die. Room after room, puzzle after puzzle, all in search for a light arrow. I come across this room. Bombs won't work on the walls. I killed all the enemies and the doors won't open. There's a locked door, but I'm all out of keys. Am I stuck? You know what? We forgot to get a very important item. Basically, it's a master key that unlocks all the locked doors. And if you don't have it and you get to Ganon's level, you can get stuck, like my stupid ass. And since I'm doing this in one go, I have no choice but to reset. Well, it's whatever. Reset the game, rebeat it, go back to level 8, get the magic key, and there you go. You can also get the red tunic, which will make Ganon a little easier when you fight him. And now we're ready for the battle with Ganon. Okay. Got my Triforce. Let's beat some Ganon. Oh, come on. I hate how you have to hit him and you can't even see him. Thank goodness I got some armor. Okay. The trick is to just hit him. Now we got him. We got this. We got this. And we shoot him. And there you go. Alright, now let's go get the Triforce, huh? Or just play around with his ashes a little bit. Yeah. Yes. Brilliant. Alright. Gotta break some fires here. And we got Zelda. Thanks, Link. You're the hero of Hyrule. Holy shit.
I'm gonna get you! I'm gonna get you! I'm gonna kill you! I'm gonna kill you!
Well, if you excuse me, I have to go take care of some business.